Hey guys, it's Jefferson here, and today I will be doing a video on full complete Cornsnake Care. This is a tutorial or information thing for beginners, so if you are a beginner, please watch this video. I will cover everything in full, everything you need to know, and if for some reason I don't include something and you have a question, leave it in the comment section below and I'll get straight back to you. But there's no point in wasting time, we'll get straight into the video. But first, if you're looking for reptile equipment or accessories, please go and check out Swell Reptiles in the description below. They have great products at great prices, but let's go. Okay guys, so this is my corn snake enclosure. As you can tell, I have got quite a big vivarium. This is only because Cara is quite big now, and so this is what you're probably going to have when your corn snake is fully adult. I will do a bit of a pan out, 1 second. So it's a vivarium. I'll show it in a bit more detail in a bit, but this is probably what you're going to have. It's a 3-foot vivarium, and as you can see, there is a lot of things going on in there. We'll start off with heating and the light bulb I have, so we'll get straight into that. Okay, so the thermostat I use is the Habistat dimming thermostat. I find this one of the best beginner thermostats on the market for just keeping a pet snake. I do find it keeps temperature really well, and I'll just show you what I have it set to. It is pointing at about 86. Corn snakes should be kept anywhere from between 84 to about 90 degrees. Anywhere in that region will be fine. Now, I'm not saying that if your thermostat gets up to about 92 and drops to about 82, that your snake's not going to be okay, because it'll be absolutely fine. It will not suffer burns, because they are very sturdy snakes, which makes them one of the best pet snakes available. And as you can see, if I just move the thing across, my boy Car is already out. He likes coming out, if you can just see him just about there. He's always out when I come out. Mainly today, just because it's his feeding day tomorrow, so he's already hungry. So just continuing with heat. In there I have a 50-watt Exoterra bulb, surrounded by a nice heat guard. I really do like the red bulbs because you don't have to worry about day-night timers, and they can just be left on all day and night. As you can see now, moving on down, I do have a Exoterra Reptile cave hide. It is the medium. The medium will last him quite a long time until I don't think I'll need to change that for a while now. And he really does enjoy going in there. He prefers that hide to the other one at the opposite end. Okay, so the second bit of information I'm going to give you is on hides. You should have a hide at both ends. This allows your snake to feel comfortable in the warm side and the cool side. That is extremely important. Okay, next in the middle I do have my water bowl. Water bowls need to be big enough for the snake to soak in, and I do have a big water bowl in here. So it produces a lot of humidity because I don't spray the aspen a lot. Because snakes come from North America, they don't ever come into contact with high humidities, therefore they probably only need about 40-50% humidity. However, in there, because it's got the bulb on constantly, it is draining out the air, taking it down to about 30%. So we do have quite a large water bowl in there in order to bring up the humidity a bit. Along the back I do have some climbable vines. It is really hard for you to see because I have the glare, so I'm just going to move the thing back so you can't see the glare. There you go, that should be easier now. As you can see along the back, I do have some climbable vines. Corn snakes are semi-arboreal, and because of this, you need to always provide some climbing things for them to climb. I also have this big stick going along it. Okay, next we're going to move on to substrates. If you want substrates in more detail, please go and click on the substrates video, but just quickly overviewing it, in here I do keep aspen chips. I keep aspen chips because as you can tell, he's really hungry. Because they're easy to spot clean, they're extremely cheap, and they hold they odour well, so it's not very, it doesn't stink in there. along with like paper that doesn't mask the odour very well. It's not too great for humidity, so I wouldn't recommend it for an animal that needs humidity. As you can see, he's extremely hungry. He's not aggressive, it's just because he's so hungry. The next thing we'll move on to is feeding. Okay, feeding your corn snake should always be done out of the enclosure. Now, feeding inside the enclosure is not always going to be a problem. However, in certain cases it has been known to cause impaction. I think it is an unnecessary risk to take, and therefore you should always feed in a tub. As babies, corn snakes will feed on pinkies, or if they're tiny, pinky heads. As they grow up, they will slowly progress through mice. And when they're fully adults, they might, if they're males, they'll probably just eat adult mice, or if they're females, they might get onto jumbo mice. I think it's very rare that a corn snake will get onto rats. If you do get onto rats, it may take you a few weeks, as snakes are known not to switch between mice and rats too well. But that is it for feeding. Feeding, you should always make sure that your rat is fully defrosted, as if it is still cold or unthawed in places, the snake can regurgitate. And that will lead me on to my next point. After feeding your snake, you should always wait 24 to 48 hours between handlings. Snakes, if you handle them straight after feeding or within the preceding hours, may regurgitate. Regurgitation takes a lot of energy out of the snake, and what means they bring their it's almost like humans being sick, however they do it whole. It is very energy taking for the animal and can actually cause them to get into a cycle of regurgitation. Corn snakes make great pets. They are extremely placid, they feed really well, and they're a pleasure to handle. However, there are a few downsides to corn snakes that I do think should be improved, and it's not the snake's fault, it's nothing to do with snakes, but a few things that I do not like about corn snakes is that with ball pythons, most breeders of snakes focus on ball pythons, and because they focus on ball pythons, they get a lot of genes, a lot of morphs out of ball pythons. However, I really do think there should be more focusing on corn snakes, and as a matter of fact, I will be working with corn snakes in the future to try and get some breeding doing, and maybe start some world firsts, because I really do think that corn snakes deserve the attention, because they're such wonderful animals and they are definitely the best snake to get as pets. As you saw in my top 10 list, they were number 1, which is what kind of inspired me to do this video a bit. As you've seen, I have already done full ball python care, and as a baby they will be in something like the tub, and they'll be in that until you think they look a bit too big for it. I can't really explain the sizes. You might want to go off and do another YouTube video. I don't really know what to say about that. But yeah, corn snakes, you will rarely encounter any problems with them. They do make amazing snakes. As you can see, Carl, he's extremely inquisitive. He is actually hunting now. I won't feed him today because tomorrow is his feeding day. I'll try and get it filmed. I did try and film the last one, but it didn't quite work. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions, please leave it in the comment section below. And it's been Joe Snakes.